Look there at a sold-out crowd that's been whipped into a frenzy. It's Game 3 of the National League Division Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, lots to talk about here as we get ready for Game 3.
And you got to figure here in a 5-game series, the odds are long for coming back when you're down 2-0. But hey, it's not impossible. Just think of the Giants and Reds in the 2012 series, or way back in 2001, the A's and the Yankees. Remember that? It can happen. So you can bet that these guys would love to finish the series off right here and now, so they can take a few days off and relax and maybe watch a little baseball.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Arizona Diamondbacks.
And now here's a look at Joe Maddon's lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. Steve, how do they fight off elimination here on the road?
Well, I think it's going to be really important to understand the pitcher that they're facing and make the adjustments as the game goes along. If this guy's in the zone, then be aggressive. Go up there hacking. But if he's trying to be effectively wild within the strike zone, then you got to be a little more patient and work the count.
Zach Greinke gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, in his last start, he pitched like a reliever. He only gave him 3 innings. No decision. Going to have to do a much better job here.
Jason Hayward will dig in now, and he's picked the wrong time of year for his bat to go silent.
Yeah, just one hit in the series so far for him, and they're going to have to get more out of his bat. But he's got to make sure he doesn't press up there, or that average is going to continue to go south.
Slider clocked in the mid-80s there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Peralta going back. Gone! A solo shot that time off the bat of Jason Hayward. His first homer so far in the series, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Oh, man, look at these guys down there. You're not going to see a more fired-up dugout than those guys right now. What a big swing of the bat. You're in the postseason, you're on the road, you're facing a hostile crowd, and he comes up with the swing of his life right there to take the early 1-0 lead. This is huge.
Greinke looks in, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. Here's a hard hit ball to the left side that'll be taken in out there at short. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
First baseman number 44.
Anthony Rizzo digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. Bases are empty, 1 man out. This is pulled into right, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Oh, man, that's just digging that front shoulder down and then whipping that bat through the zone and just hammering it into right field. Those are the kind of balls that if you get a little bit of lift on it, maybe some backspin, that could wind up sailing right out of the ballpark.
Kyle Schwarber will get a shot here, and he's looking to get off to Schneid. Hitless in the series so far.
And he's an important guy to get going. If they're going to have any chance in this series, he really needs to start getting a little more involved.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Dexter Fowler set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Inside corner called as strike 1 and 2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And Lamb will put this one away, and that ends the inning. Cubs are on the board first thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up, and the Cubs have an early 1-0 lead. With that, let's take a look at the hometown Diamondbacks lineup card. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, you've really got to appreciate the incredible talent of Paul Goldschmidt. And he's a home run threat every time he steps into the box. If they want to shut him down, they're going to have to be careful and keep the ball low in the zone. You don't give him anything he can drive.
Leading off the inning, A.J. Pollock, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Now a swing and a fly ball. Hayward on the run, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. 1-2, here it comes. Now a foul tip straight into the catcher's glove, and he's able to hang on to record the first out of the inning.
A good curveball that time on the outside part of the plate for a punch out. There you see it, a 13-inch break. I mean, he's got that thing moving now.
Stepping in now, Gene Segura. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Hayward moves over. 2 gone. And with 2 away now, we give you another glance at our up-to-the-minute playoff bracket. And here in this Game 3 of the division series, the big question is, will we see a sweep? Paul Goldschmidt gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Not in front as this is skied in the air to straightaway left. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, that's one of the dangers of being a corner outfielder. If you dive, there's no safety net behind you. And I think he's pretty lucky in the end that this one wound up only being 2 bases instead of 3. Heck, could have even been 4.
Into the box, David Peralta. Called strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now.
And these guys come into this Game 3 riding high. Remember, now, they were the underdogs in this series. They're not supposed to be winning right now. But they went out and took both of the first 2 games on the road in that hostile environment. Jeez. Now you get to come home looking to finish the job here in style and move on to the next round.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more from Game 3 after this. Kyle Schwarber is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Hit hard to the right side, but foul, so we'll see if he can straighten that out. Smoke the other way, high and deep to left. Lamb going back, and this one is gone, a home run. A solo shot here to left. His first homer here in the series as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, well, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Stepping in now, Dexter Fowler. And he missed again, high and away this time, 3-1.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And that misses for ball 4. Jorge Soler stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Addison Russell steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Pollock. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Now to the plate, John Lackey. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
2 runs, 3 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Served out to left off the end of the bat, and that'll get down for a base hit.
You can see the pitching coach heading for the mound, and he's got to be saying, look, you're trying to be too fine with these guys, and you don't really have to. Just trust your stuff. Trust your defenders behind you, and let's stop giving guys so many free passes.
Greinke comes set. 1-1 pitch on its way. Drilled to the right side. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
In now, Jason Hayward. Line to the right side. But right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Gene Segura will start things off for the Diamondbacks, with Paul Goldschmidt set to follow next.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now a swing and a high fly ball, and this one has some carry on it to deep right field. Therefore, it is Hayward now, 1 away. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And stepping in, the power-hitting first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1.
And after that double in his first at-bat, you can tell they're approaching him with a bit more caution here. Well, they should.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock.
You know, that's what they needed. It's just a 1-out single, nothing too amazing. But now at least you get that guy into the stretch and maybe give your guys a little hope up there.
Now at the plate, David Peralta. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, it's always a frustrating thing to go down looking, but you know what? Everybody does it. So you've got to let that one go and make the next AB count.
3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
First and second now after the walk. And they haven't gotten much going offensively against this guy at all. So this is about as good an opportunity as they've had.
can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with one away.
Brandon Drury.
So stepping in, Brendan Drury, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready on 1-2. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2.
Oh, that's a tough take, but a good one. The pressure's still squarely on the pitcher out there. He's still got to come in.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Soler is there. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And they are on the board with the sac fly as this is now a 2-1 game.
And at the very least, that's what he's up there hoping to do, and that's hit the ball in the air somewhere. So nice job to pick up that runner from third, although the other two runners have to stay put now with two away.
Looking to minimize the damage here. This is in the air to left field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Only one in the inning for Arizona. We played 4 full. It's the Cubs 2 and the D-backs 1. Cubs strand 1. They lead it 2-1. Larry Waller will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Zach Greinke. He flew out in his last at-bat. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And another foul ball. And he lays off here. It's ball 4. And that is really cause for concern as he's just walked the opposing pitcher.
Center fielder number 11.
A.J. Pollock will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out. 0 for 2 thus far. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. 5th inning. 2-1 our score. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
He tried to get him to bite on that pitch, but it was way out of the zone there. It didn't even tempt him. Now,
meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Well, neither offense has really made a huge impact so far, but finally maybe a little sign of life. He drives this ball for 2 bases, and even though they've had trouble scoring runs, they're not out of this thing by a long shot. A couple more of these could get them right back into it.
Lackey at an even 70 pitches now in the outing. Trying to hold the lead. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Lackey comes set, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Catch is made near the line. Here comes the runner from third. And a relay home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
well, nobody's going to confuse this guy with Miguel Cabrera or Chris Davis, but with the runner on third, he doesn't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just has to get one deep enough out there to deliver that run from third. That's nice going.
Soler is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 5 innings complete, and we are tied 2-2. Addison Russell stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he finally gets a sinker over here for a called strike 1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
And he goes after ball 4 there as he swings and misses on the pitch in the dirt, and it's full 3-2. Good swing just a little early, and he'll see another payoff pitch. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Down the third baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Rocket to third, but quick reactions at the hot corner take away a hit, and there's one gone.
Catcher, Adam Warner.
Luther Ogle will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 0, Luther Ogle.
Oh, fooled him badly there. I mean badly. It's 1-2.
And that slider's going to make some guys look bad. When he's throwing it good, it's a really tough pitch to get a handle on.
Great changeup there in the dirt for the third strike. And he makes the throw to first. Ogle is retired. 2 down now.
Number 18,
Ben Zobrist will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Oh, and look at this. High in the air and deep. And when this ball comes down, they'll have taken the lead. Home run. So a solo home run off the bat of Ben Zobrist. His first homer so far in the series, and it gives the Cubbies a 3-2 lead.
And that's the thing about this game. Every pitch tells a different story. I mean, here, this guy, he looks absolutely foolish on the pitch before. So what does he do one pitch later? Takes it right over the wall. Well, what an adjustment.
Into the box now, Jason Hayward. And a foul pop behind the plate. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. And some dramatics here in the top of the ninth as this home run gives them the lead. Last chance coming up for the Diamondbacks. And Chicago's taking a 3-2 lead. Hector Rondon is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
number 56.
Striding in to start the ninth, Wellington Castillo, and they'll need him to get something going here. Rondon looks in with the payoff pitch. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Good battle. Count remains full. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His second strikeout of the ball game. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but you know, I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. In the air to straightaway right. Hayward is there, and there are 2 men gone now. Chris Owings will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Chris Owings.
Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. And he'll put this one away without much trouble, and the Cubs are going to help this series hold form. All 3 games won by the visitors so far as this one is over.
Well, it was that run in the top of the ninth that turned out to be the game winner as they hold on here and win this one on the road by the slimmest of margins.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And guys, if you're going to be successful in the postseason, as you know, you need players coming up big, and this guy certainly did that. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 3-2. So long from Phoenix.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago